Hello! Welcome to Turk Fortune. I am Ece and in this video we will discuss Turkey's new regulation on cryptocurrencies. Let's start. Republic of Turkey has launched a new regulation called Regulation on Non-Usage of Crypto Assets in Payments on 16th of April 2021, and it certainly left a question mark in people's minds. Before reviewing the regulation, please note that everything that we will mention will enter into force on 30th of April. First of all, Turkey finally met with its legal definition for the blockchain-backed asset that is globally called as cryptocurrency, and it is crypto asset. Looks like Turkish government is still insisting on not to call it a currency or a commodity because their strategy on taxation is still unclear. So, they choose to come up with a new name and definition. Let's check the third article of the regulation to have a better understanding. Crypto assets are intangible assets that are digitally issued with the distributed ledger technology or other similar technologies, which are distributed via digital networks but not qualified as fiat money, deposit money, electronic currency, payment instrument, securities, or capital market instrument. From what we see, it is obvious that Turkish government fundamentally alienated the crypto assets from currencies, payment instruments, and capital market instruments. It is very odd that they choose to describe it by basically putting crypto assets aside from every traditional medium of exchange or store of value. It is a unique asset class now. Let's try to understand Turkish government's approach by talking over the important points of regulation. First of all, it is not a ban of crypto assets, but a ban of using crypto assets as a payment method. According to the new regulation, no one can request Bitcoin or other currencies as a form of payment in return for a good or service. So you can trade it in exchanges, hodl it in your wallet, but when you want to buy stuff, government wants you to use fiat currency. So basically, Turkish government threw the medium of exchange option out of the window for crypto assets. Or at least they tried to do that. Second biggest change is also bad news for all sorts of business projects that want to provide payment services with cryptocurrencies. According to the new regulation, payment service providers, even including banks, cannot provide customers with services that they use cryptocurrency to buy goods or services. So the existing payment service providers in Turkey like Western Union or MoneyGram and electronic money institutions like Papara or Ininal and many others are out of the game in respect of providing payment services with cryptocurrencies along with the banks. This is maybe the saddest result of this regulation because there were many good projects on their way in the Turkish ecosystem, supported by smart people who can create economic and technological value for the country. Now, Turkish entrepreneurs are forced to move their projects out of the country or just put an end to them. Third important aspect of this regulation puts Turkish banks and Turkish Postal Office in a privileged position because as of the date this regulation enters into force, it will be only possible to send money to exchange via banks and postal office. So, electronic money institutions and payment service providers are not able to help their customers deposit money into exchanges anymore. For example, Papara was a famous electronic money institution in Turkey that helps customers to deposit money into Binance. But now, they would have to stop their services as of 30th of April. Anyone who wishes to withdraw or deposit fiat currency through an exchange platform is obliged to use a bank or the Turkish Postal Office. In conclusion, this regulation is the first legal step of Turkish government into the world of cryptocurrency. Considering that Turkish economy is heavily relying on indirect taxes such as VAT and special consumption tax, letting people accept cryptocurrencies may cause loss of profit for the government. Rather than inspecting the benefits of cryptocurrency and coming up with a visionary legislation, they basically choose to try to stop something unstoppable in nature. There are states and countries who are trying their best to attract blockchain entrepreneurs in the world, and Turkey just chosen the opposite direction. Same goes for banning banks, payment service providers, and electronic money institutions from providing cryptocurrency payment services. It also seems like Turkey is out of the race for the new global financial technologies competition, and only letting banks or postal office to transfer money to or from exchanges is basically for being able to tax your earnings easier in the future. Thanks for watching Turk Fortune and see you on the next video.